What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys another VGC 2015 replay. We got Charizard Y, Aegislash, Greninja, and actually Garchomp in this game, leading off against Kangaskhan, Sylveon, Landorus, and Entei. Reason why I'm using Garchomp over Landorus, some of you guys might think this is crazy, but I actually think that Garchomp has a much better matchup against a lot of the current chalk Pokemon right now. I think it's great against Kang, and there's a ton of matchups where you can bring Garchomp where you normally can't bring Landorus, like against Pokemon like Bisharp, Garchomp is much better. Against Pokemon like Milotic, Garchomp's much better. It's not activating their competitive or defiant abilities with Intimidate, so you can actually bring Garchomp. He still go down to like Ice Beams just like Landorus does, but he is much safer to bring in a lot of other situations. Also note that his Rough Skin is great against Kangaskhan, so that's a little background of why we're using Garchomp today. I also just really like Garchomp. It's always been one of my favorites. So without further ado, we're going to start this off, get right into it, and show you a cool game featuring Garchomp. So we're leading off a challenge. This is a game I played on BattleSpot a couple days ago. Leading off Charizard Aegislash against my opponent using Kangaskhan and Sylveon. They always lead Sylveon against me every single time. I hate it. So first turn of the game, Sylveon is going to withdraw and go into Entei. Entei is a Pokemon that has been really popular lately. It totally took the NPA by storm. If you guys have not checked the replays from this year's NPA, ton of cool stuff. Entei just totally dominated that tournament, and it's going to be really popular coming into the season's regionals. So we see Kangaskhan Mega Evolve as Charizard goes for Protect. If my Charizard, this full sweeper Charizard, eats a Fake Out, it's pretty much game. Also note that I'm King Shielding with Aegislash because I'm trying to block a Fake Out that might have tried to go into that slot from a scrappy Kang. So first turn, I avoided all damage, and we see that he switched in with Entei. So I decided to switch him with Garchomp. I know that he's most likely going to be targeting my Charizard slot with the Kangaskhan, so I decided to try to switch in there. Also note that he goes for a Sacred Fire with the Entei, picks up the burn, that's to be expected, but my Aegislash is going to live. It's going to be able to fire off a Weakness Policy boost, gaining a ×2 attack and special attack, as we see Kang go for the return on my Charizard slot, which is now a Garchomp, which means I'm going to get Rough Skin proc, so Rough Skin's going to be chunking Kang for just a little bit. Garchomp's still going to also live, but that hit like a truck. If you would use Double Edge, I would have died. I mean, that's so ridiculous. As we see Aegislash go for a Stance Dance into Blade form, going to fire off a huge Flash Cannon off onto that Kangaskhan slot. And it looks like this Kang is pretty offensively built, probably a ton of speed investment in there. So we're going to pick up a KO with the Flash Cannon as my Pokemon tick down. So he's going to send his Sylveon back out here, and it looks like it's a Wide Guard Earthquake, rinse and repeat. This is easy. But I was actually tricked first turn. He goes for a Sacred Fire. Note that his Entei's faster than my Garchomp. And I'm thinking, oh, it's Choice Scarf Entei. How could I have seen that coming? He was faster than his Kang, and I just assumed that it was faster than Kang, because Kangs are usually quite slow right now. And Entei, just if it has speed investment, is faster. But like I said, I should have been able to tell that it was a Choice Scarf Entei from how frail the Kang was. Kang usually does not go down to Flash Cannon, so that was definitely my misplay. It is a Scarfed Entei slamming these Sacred Fires out here, as we're going to see it withdraw. Probably wants to reset the move of its choice to something like Stone Edge for later in the game, deciding to come in with its own Landorus here. And since we know the Scarf is on the Entei, we know that the Landorus can't be Scarfed, so it's most likely like a Life Orb or a Vest or a Lumberry on the Landorus, which means I have nothing to fear as we go Mega with Charizard activating the Drought, and we're just trying to pick up KOs because this is pretty much a free turn here. So Charizard's going to activate its Drought, and we're going to start things off with Greninja popping a Mat Block. Mat Block, as I've explained before, is a move that pretty much blocks all incoming damage, but goes off Greninja's speed tiering. So this turn, we're just pretty much going to use it as a bit of a wide guard here. As we go for a Heat Wave, we make contact with Sylveon, but we actually miss on Landorus, which is quite unfortunate, as Hyper Voice is now blocked by the mat. So this turn, we need to pick up double KOs this turn, so I'm hoping it's not a Vest Landorus as we go for an Ice Beam. Remember, this is going to be a Protein boosted Ice Beam. It's going to pick up the one-shot on the Landorus, and then we're also going to be able to fire off a Heat Wave. Heat Wave, remember, it's in the sun. It's going to be doing a ton of damage to the Sylveon, and we're actually going to pick up a KO there. So a game that looked like I was definitely losing. I know I looked like I was super far behind. We picked up a double KO for free, and it's Entei versus the world here. Entei's going to activate its Pressure, which isn't really going to do that much here, as I'm expecting to just slam these Stone Edges out. So we got dodgy Stone Edges, put on our dancing shoes, and he actually misses on my Greninja. And remember, I totally misplayed this. He would have been able to clock my Sash because I was still an Ice type. I totally misread that, so I should have just double protected there. As he goes for another Stone Edge on our Greninja again, And like I said, I got super lucky here, but there's no real way he could have won this matchup at all. He goes for a Stone Edge here, and he just targeted Greninja 3 times because he knew he could take Charizard out whenever. So I guess that was the smart play. I totally overpredicted things, but I was in such a good position that no amount of throws could have really lost me the game. I mean, I hit the overheat. If I would have missed that overheat and he would have hit Stone Edge next turn, I would have lost. But like I said, I was in a really good position, and I still grinded the game out. I think Greninja totally won me that game. Picked up the KO in the Landorus, used the map block correctly, and dodged those Stone Edges. So, pretty cool game, and I don't know, I'm just really liking this team. I love using Greninja, and I love using Garchomp. This team is actually really similar to a team I prepared for Lancaster last year that I scrapped at the last minute. Uses Garchomp, uses Greninja, uses Charizard, bunch of my favorite Pokemon, and yeah, it's really nice to see actually a Scarfed Entei. And I don't know, I don't really have that much to say, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this battle, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.